Hey, it's Nickelback TV. All right, man, let's get into number 10. Number 10 on the all-time groups list, The Roots. Okay, you know what? I'm not even mad at The Roots being number 10. I think The Roots being top 10 actually is high to me. I would prefer them in the teens. I mean, they had some classic songs, classic albums. Black Thought, lyrically, not too many people can touch him. But top 10, they're not in my top 10. Like honestly, I got the Fugees over the Roots. I have Mobb Deep over the Roots. But I'm not hating or mad about this top 10 pick. But to me, I thought it was a little high. I would like them to be like 12, 15, 14, somewhere in that range. But top 10, I understand. But it is what it is. Let's get to number 9. De La Soul. De La Soul to me is definitely high. Way too high. Maybe I missed the boat. Maybe I missed the boat on De La Soul. But I think they're actually too high. What was that? What was the album that came out? 3 Feet High and Rising, I believe that's the name of it. No. Stakes is High. That album. That's my favorite De La Soul album. Other than that, I really didn't get too much into De La Soul. But, I mean, they're a good group. They're a solid group. But being top 10 in the 9th place, shit like that, but make your mama proud. But the stakes is high. No, 9 is a little bit too high to me for De La Soul. Let's go to number 8. Number 8, Salt and Pepper. Ooh. You know what? I think I would say high. Too high for Salt and Pepper. Even though, pioneers to female hip hop, one of the most, I guess, successful hip hop groups. I mean, they have a lot of big time hits that crossed over. So number 8 to me is too high. I like them to be again between that 11 and 15. 8, I'm not gonna argue, but too high to me. Nothing crazy. All right, number 7. Eric B and Rakim at 7. Again, even with Gangstar, it's Eric B, Rakim. It's kind of, I mean, that's iffy to put them in top hip hop groups. You know what I'm saying? Even with Mobb Deep, if you want to be real, but haven't actually rapped. So putting Eric B and Rakim at 7, I disagree. I would say high. I would say high for Eric B, Rakim in the 7. Go to number 6. Number 6 spot, Public Enemy. What can you say wrong about Public Enemy? I mean, we already know what they run. Fight the Power. 911 is a joke. That's Flavor Flav. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened it and read it, and they said it was Suckers. Still one of the hardest intro to any rap song ever heard to me. Only other intro I like a little bit better than that, while I'm just thinking, is Jadakiss on We Gonna Make It. Fuck that frail shit. Niggas, I mean, both of those two is just, it's just crazy to me. But Public Enemy at number 6, not mad at all. I'll say right spot. I probably would put them, that's right spot for me. Public Enemy, right spot. I'm just kind of wondering why they didn't get the top 5 on Billboard. But Public Enemy, I'll go with right. Go to number 5, Run DMC. I called it. Run DMC definitely in the top 5 of hip hop groups of all time, rap groups, whatever you want to say. I mean, they just was the start of it all. I mean, the way they dress, the way they rap, the crossover appeal. To me, they like, how you had how you had a people and the evolution of man. They're like the second step. Like Run DMC. I mean, you can't tell a hip hop story without Run DMC. Number 5, I would say Just Right. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they was 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Like this, they got it right with the top 5 so far. Number 4, Tribe Called Quest. Again, you can't lose. They in the top 5 easily. They was in my top 5 pre-pick. So far I'm in line with the heads, I guess. But there's some people that didn't make the list that I'm gonna talk about. But Tribe Called Quest, number 4, definitely, man. I mean, they got hits everywhere, man. Just it's crazy. Five Dog, classic verses, man. Q-Tip, his voice. I mean, on the beat, Sadiq, they were just a good group, man. Really, really enjoy Trap Called Quest, just to mellow out sometimes. So I really can't say that they're too high, too low. At number 4, it is what it is. I agree. Let's go to number 3. NWA. Wow. I kind of forgot about NWA. Number 3. I'm not going to be too mad about them at number 3. I'm not too mad at all. I mean, we know what they did. We know what they brought and how the historical, I guess, imprint they put on hip-hop. We know about Dre, Easy, Ice Cube, all of that. So I'm not going to be too mad. Now, I predicted it's going to be Wu-Tang and Outkast for number 2 and 1. And I predicted that Wu-Tang probably was going to be number 1 on this list. Looks like I'm right. We know number 2 is going to be Outkast. Oh! They went with Wu-Tang for number 2. You know what? Wu-Tang at number 2, I'm going to say hi to me still. I mean, I just don't think Wu-Tang's overall lasting impact it will be, to me, when it comes to going back to listening to music. I listen to like Mobb Deep more. I listen to Fugees more. I go back to Tribe more. I go back to Public Enemy more. Run DMC more. So them at 2, I would say hi. I wouldn't be mad if they were in the top 6, but 2, that's pretty high. Outkast at number 1, no doubt about it. I agree. I mean, it's not Outkast to me. I mean, they did it, man. They every album was pretty good. Every album they came out with was just, they didn't have any dub albums, did they? I mean, if you want to say Idlewild, what else? Let's see, Outkast. I gotta look them up and see what they got going on with they. I mean, let's look at the catalog, man. Speaker Box, Love Below, that broke records. Stankonia. I mean, that wasn't one of my favorite Outkast albums. I kind of stopped listening to them sort of after that. But Criminal, classic to me. ATLiens, perfect, classic. Southern Playalistic, kind of like music. You can't beat it. Those 3 albums alone, plus the singles they put out there, plus the features, plus the impact they had on Southern hip hop music. Just for them to be in the South and not rap like, Southern rappers as far as rapping about pimping, selling dope. Well, Big Boy did kind of, but it wasn't just their whole emphasis on gangsterism. So Outkast to me at number 1. I mean, just right. I have no arguments about that. So Billboard to me, top 5. I mean, I don't have any big time arguments really right now, but I will in my next video talk about 10 groups that I felt that should have been on this list that was not included on this list. But overall, I would give this list, I get out of 100, I get this list of probably like an 80, a B plus. It's not too many outrageous things that I had to say, what the hell? Besides, really, I mean, the City Girls making it kind of was like, Goody Mob being so low, maybe. MOP I feel could be a lot higher than what they were. Who else? Looking back at it, thought the Clips was a little bit too high still, but like I said, it wasn't that egregious. EPMD being so low, kind of wanted them to be a little bit higher. I thought Diplomats was way high. I'm thinking to myself, if Diplomats are on here, State Property should be on here, in my opinion. You can't tell me that State Property is that much, is what? 25 rap groups worse than the Diplomats. That's just me. Matter of fact, I should do a comparison. Diplomats versus State Property. That's on the list. I thought the Locks was high. Bone Thugs, right? They was pretty decent. They could have been in the top 20. They was at 21. I put Bone Thugs definitely over UGK. I put them over G Unit. I will put them over 3-6 Mafia. I will put them over Cypress Hill. Beastie Boys, Naughty by Nature, maybe. Now, Fugees, thought they was definitely low. I guess because they only had one album, but I thought that one album was so impactful and did its thing, man. Mobb Deep, I thought they should have been a top 10 group, no doubt. Grandmaster Flash, like I said, I gotta look at these old school groups too to see who was left off based on the music they made. Migos being 11, that was crazy to me. They should definitely be way lower. The Roots, I felt top 10. They was pretty high. 2 or 3 slots lower. I'd be okay with that. De La Soul should never make the top 10. Look at De La Soul. Never should have made the top 10. Salt Pepper, the top 10. I'm okay with that. Eric B. Rakim, I thought that was a little bit too high. I thought that was misplaced. Public Enemy at 6. They could have been right there at 6, maybe top 5 just to make it right. Run DMC, Tribe Called Quest. The NWA actually was the surprise pick of the. I completely forgot about them. So that was surprisingly that they made right where they was at. So pretty decent list. I enjoyed talking to you about it, and I see you next time. It's your boy.